Hey guys, John Patrick here, and got a little parable for you tonight. If you want to know what is it going to take to achieve success with My Fun Life. Now, I will right off the bat tell you, I did not think of this myself. I actually heard this somewhere. I would give a reference back to it if I had any recollection of all, but it was something I watched or heard that kind of sunk in, and I thought I'd share it with you tonight. I've been working on a blog post, and it seems appropriate. And the story is this. There's a gentleman, goes to an opportunity presentation, he's sitting there in the crowd, and this is it. He knows this is it. So afterwards, he goes up to the team leader, and he says, look, I need to make this work, but how do I know? How will I know that I have to achieve success in this? How do I get that feeling where I've got to make it work? And the mentor thinks for a minute and says, well, I tell you what, can you meet me here at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning? And they're actually out at a beach resort. Okay? The guy's like, well, sure, that's kind of weird. He thinks he's meeting him for breakfast. So next morning, 6 o'clock, he walks in, and there's the guy. He said, I want you to take a walk with me. So they walk down to the shoreline. He says, I want you to wade out with me a little bit into the surf, into the water. So they wade out a little bit. So how do you feel? He says, it's a little uncomfortable. It's wet. Okay. Let's keep on walking. So they walk. Pretty soon they're about chest deep. He's like, how do you feel? He's like, well, my clothes are wet. It's cold. It's really uncomfortable. You want to head back to the shore? He's like, yeah, I do. He said, hold on a minute. And all of a sudden, the mentor grabs the guy and holds his head underwater. And the guy starts struggling, hands flying up above him, trying to get out. And finally, the mentor lifts him up. And the guy's like, why did you do that? And he says, how did you feel when you were being held under the water? He's like, I had to get out. He had to get out. How did that make you feel? I would have done anything for you to let go and let me up. Of course, he's just furious. And the mentor says, and when you feel that on a daily basis, that's when you will be driven enough to achieve success, no matter what. So, rough story, I admit, but there's a lesson here. Most of us live in a level of uncomfortableness. We've probably heard it's very cliched about if you boil a pot of water and throw a frog in it, the frog will hop right back out. You put a frog into lukewarm water and slowly turn the heat up, the frog will never respond. And that's the life most of us lead. We're unhappy. We're not satisfied with what we've got in our job, in our life, in the fulfillment we want to achieve. And that level of unease, you can live with it your whole life. People do, and die very, very dissatisfied. But if you can work on your mindset, if you can look and see there's a better way out there, and with companies like My Fun Life, where what we sell is a lifestyle, whether you're a retail customer using our Cha-Ching booking engine, or whether you are an opportunity seeker looking to make a crazy level income, if you're just a little uneasy, you may not achieve the success you're really hoping for. But if you continue to work on yourself and realize that there's a better way, that there's a burning, deep desire, you've got to make this work, and no obstacle will hold you back. Whether it's time constraints, whether it's your friends and your neighbors asking you what you're doing with your time, if you just will keep trying, just keep running at the barriers and work through them or blast through them and find a new way and get better and better and better every single day, because you've got to achieve it. You've got to achieve this success no matter what, because your life depends on it. That's when you know you'll be able to have a breakthrough and achieve success. So I invite you, come check out my site where I am blogging my way to a six-figure income with My Fun Life, and I teach you exactly what I'm doing, step by step, all the tactics I'm using, and as I change things or things need to be modified a little bit, I share it on there with you completely for free, because my success is your success. And so I want you to come check it out, consider joining the team and finding out more about My Fun Life and what it can do to change your lifestyle. So I appreciate your time today. Have a good one.